What if I told you the reason you feel temptations for certain things and certain sins is very specific to what you're supposed to do?
Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
So if you have the urge to smoke or damage your lungs, it's because your voice was made to worship. The enemy's trying to silence you that was meant to praise. If you have crippling self-doubt or insecurity, it's because you're meant to lead and inspire. If you weren't dangerous to darkness, it wouldn't try to mute your confidence. If you have constant distraction and procrastination, it's because you carry strategy, vision, and ideas from heaven. The enemy delays you because he can't stop you, only you can. Now, this one's gonna hit a lot of people. Okay. If you have an addiction to lust or pornography, it's because you carry a deep capacity for intimacy, covenant, and healing. Perverting love is how Satan prevents true restoration.
That's true.
Crazy. If you have fear of rejection or abandonment, it's because you carry a spirit of belonging and reconciliation. You were made to gather the outcasts, so he tries to make you feel like one.
Damn.
You have an obsession with appearance or body image. It's because you're meant to reflect God's glory, not the world's standards. So he's gonna try to get you to hate your image.
Damn. Bars though.
If you're drawn to witchcraft, astrology, or manifestation, it's because you have a prophetic gift meant for God's kingdom. The enemy counterfeits your gift to keep you out of alignment. If you struggle with overspending or greed, it's because you're meant to be a kingdom financer. So he wants to keep you broke so he can never bless others.
Follow for more Hoop conspiracy theories.
And these are going to be the top trending conspiracy theories on TikTok. Let's go. Hey, what's good? What's good, my people, man? I appreciate y'all coming rocking with your boy. I'm your boy Life and your co-host Chico, aka Cheeks, the Red Iguana. And when I say we got something great for y'all, we got something great for y'all today, man. I made sure these videos were top notch. All right, so we're about to get right into it, man. But before we do, I just want to say this video is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. All right, now let's get into it, baby.
I would watch for Barron because here's the thing. There's also another book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote this book too in the late 1800s, depicting this character.
When they picked those same names.
Yes.
Barron Trump.
Barron Trump. That is a book. Yes. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote both these books. Right?
In the 1800s.
Yes. I believe it was like 1893, 1896, something like that.
Then there has to be time travelers.
Well, here's the thing. In the book, Barron Trump is a time traveler. No bullshit. All this is in the book, you guys. And guess what? So he time travels, right? He has a mentor named Don. This is in the book. So, here's the theory. That Trump actually has some type of time travel technology only because Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, worked for the FBI. Now, when Nikola Tesla died, they sent him in because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, engineer, smart guy. So they're like, hey, go in to Nikola Tesla's, room and decipher all his works and whatnot. Because, Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and a multitude of things, right? So Donald Trump's uncle goes in there and says, we didn't find anything. A bunch of BS. You don't think that Nikola Tesla, who had discovered free energy and manipulated electromagnetism, which had that you can, in theory, bend time, light, and space. This man's works was confiscated by him, and he didn't find anything.
I just seen a video of a woman saying, what if slavery was a part of one big 400+ year contract, and that the Africans and the slaves were literally just the sacrifices that they needed, that the founding fathers basically went to a deity and they needed black Africans to basically be the sacrifice. And I have never been more intrigued in something. Nothing has made more sense to me than that video, and I most definitely will be tagging this creator below because she is amazing. But yeah, she said she feels like slavery was a part of this contract. Like I said, 400+ year contract. And if you think about it, it just makes so much sense. And it was almost in a way like they were harvesting our energy. They needed our blood. They needed our fear to fuel them and make them be on top. And then I've seen a lot of people go into details about how, like, they always want to call Haiti so evil, demonic, because they do voodoo and practice all these different dark magic. But that's because Haiti was the only place that actually still had their freedom. And they used their magic, their spirituality to win. Like, these people were literally using their magic and their spirituality to win. These French people was basically like melting. They were having these people's teeth fall off. It was crazy. They were bringing them back up and making them shoot each other. Like, it was crazy, but that's why they try to demonize Haiti so bad, because they used their magic. But all along, they've been using magic. And it just gets deeper and deeper if you really do think about it. I seen someone in the comments mention how Oscarville, which was where Lake Lanier was, it used to be a black, predominantly black, thriving community that had racetracks, everything. Everybody was business owners, and what do? They go over there and make it into a lake. And it's like, now the veil is so thin now because that contract is up and they're trying to do everything to take us back to where they were so they can still dominate. And it's like, look at the people that they took on the transatlantic slave trade. The people that was more in touch with their ancestors, their spirituality. They took us, like even the Native Americans, if you think about it like that. Then I seen another video of a woman that did a take on this as well. And she was like, just think of the rise of how America came up so fast. Even though there was other nations that been here long before America that literally was nowhere near at how fast America grew. All because of this contract that actually was successful, but not for long. But it just makes so much sense why the U.S. was just ahead of everything. Like, they've been in cahoots with so many more higher ups forever. All for power. But like I said, I'm going to tag this creator down below because that was so, like, nothing never made so much sense to me in my life. This is all fun theories and just thoughts. This is not something literal, but it's just a fruit for thought because I never thought about it like that. But it makes so much sense. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Something real to think about, y'all. Definitely. We never know, with so much stuff being having a whole blindfold put over us, man. There's so much stuff out here. We don't know what's real, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, though.
Y'all know how when our skin turns green or when we wear copper or fake jewelry? Watch this.
So when you turn green from wearing that necklace or that ring or that bracelet or that watch to them earrings, you're exposing your true skin color.
Stay with me. Melanin and plants go through the same photosynthesis. We absorb the sun the same as plants do. The only difference we have with plants is that they have magnesium and we have iron. Now we know that our bodies are made up of a lot of water, almost 80%, 75. A lot of oxygen. What color does iron take when it's in water? That would explain why we are copper colored beings. Now when a leaf dies or falls in frequency, it turns the same color of our copper colored skin. It loses its green color. They also try to say that the green veins we see in our skin is just a trick of light. Now some babies are also born with green skin patches on them. And they didn't have no fake jewelry. And have y'all found it fascinating that babies don't have to drink water? You almost have to force them to drink it. Look, top 10 tips to get your kids to drink water to get them more exposed to this oxygen. And some people say that could be the reason why our bodies age. Because DNA passes down and stays alive forever because it's the magnesium that holds it together and keeps it alive, protects it. Now plants are green, they don't have iron, they have magnesium. Now we know in Egypt that Osiris is green. He had green skin, immortality, magnesium. Even when we come out the womb, it says our bodies aren't suited for water for several months. Also, they can't tell where our genes originate, the civilizations that we built, the knowledge that we had. It is the oldest human DNA strain on Earth. What's in our skin is found in space. Y'all can say I'm crazy, but y'all know some of these aliens are different colors. We probably came to this planet with green skin. But y'all stay dangerous and let me know what y'all think.
What color was kindergarten?
Kindergarten?
Yeah, when you was in kindergarten or pre-K, what color was it?
Ooh.
It was every color.
Yeah, I was gonna say rainbow.
Okay, now when you went to 1st to 2nd grade, what color was it?
I don't know.
It was bland. Tan.
Yeah.
It was that color.
Yeah, it was
like
jail.
Exactly. Then when you went to high school, what color was it?
Like jail.
Yeah. Okay, then when you went to work, what color was the wall?
Yeah.
It's waning you off the frequency. When you a kid, you vibrant, you running around, and then the first thing they do is they say, wane them off the frequency. Make the walls tan, make everything tan, make it boring. Sit down, don't move. They just get you right out of spirituality. And then the next time that you do get introduced to a colorful environment, guess where you at? You in a club. If the club was this color, nobody would go. But since it's black and it's universal light, aka from red to purple, it feel like you in a universe. It feel like you in a So this is why people like the club. It's called colorology. Even hunger. Hunger is triggered by the color red, yellow, and orange. What color is Wendy's? What color is Chick-fil-A, McDonald's? Every highly successful fast food franchise, I guarantee you, if they not all red, orange, and yellow, they have either one of them colors at a high value.
Yeah.
So this is people who literally socially engineer the world.
And that's one thing, man, to let you know, like, it makes you think, because they've had time to crack the code on us, man, humans, as far as like how we operate, what we draw to, colors we draw to, numbers we draw to. Like they have time to actually figure this out and manipulate us in so many different ways, man. But let me know how you feel about that, man. It's crazy.
Why?
Makes you think, y'all.
This is the largest coincidence in history. See if your history teacher can explain this. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 18... John F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860. John F. Kennedy was elected president in 1960. Both were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both wives lost a child while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday. Both presidents were shot in the head. Now, it gets really weird. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated Kennedy, was born in 1939. Both assassins were known by their 3 names. Both names are composed of 15 letters. Now, hang on to your seat. Lincoln was shot at a theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a car called Lincoln. Booth and Oswald were assassinated before their trials. And here's the kicker. A week before Lincoln was shot, he was in Monroe. A week before Kennedy was shot, he was with Marilyn Monroe. Lincoln was shot in a theater, and the assassin ran to a warehouse. Kennedy was shot from a warehouse, and the assassin ran to a theater.
Man, that's crazy. And those are actual facts. Like, they're not even putting it together, making it up. Those are actual facts. Wow. Crazy, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments.
The invisible string theory. What the fuck is that? The universe will keep 2 people apart until the timing is right. You'll meet in the most random of circumstances, only to find out that they were hidden in plain sight the whole time. There's a video that was released, right? And it was trending, it was going viral and stuff. Let me see.
So it's like a 5-minute video of Britney at this festival. It's so blurry and badly shot from '96 that you can't really make out any faces, which makes this video even more bizarre.
Watch.
There's Britney. All right, get ready for this. Ready? Brittany? Me. What? It's not even possible.
What the So they were in each other's lives since they were kids, bro. And that's the whole invisible string theory, that the universe or whatever, a higher power is saving this person for you, but they have to be in your life eventually, bro. They're gonna be in the background the whole time. Think about it, bro. They never knew each other.
Yeah.
He didn't even acknowledge her, bro.
Beautiful. Are we considered part of the invisible string theory?
Low key, bro. We so happened to go to fucking aerobics.
Then we got separated.
Worked at McDonald's, and now we're doing YouTube, bro. It's like it was a part of life, bro. It was supposed to happen that way.
Let us know your guys' person who you met in your life who makes sense with this whole invisible string theory.
Bro, hey, I'm a true believer that nothing happens by chance or coincidence. So, you know, there's always a reason or something behind it. So how many of y'all, man, y'all let me know in the comments, how many of y'all have had experiences like that that are actually documented? Like, that's crazy.
A video on Akuna Matata. In Japanese, Akuma is the name of the devil. So Akuna means evil. Akuna Matata means many evil demons. And you might go, okay, well, it's Japanese. We're not going to talk about Japanese. Akuna Matata in Swahili means there is no worries, supposedly. But in Zulu, Akuna Matata means there is no father. And Zulu happens to be the primary language that the Lion King songs are sang in. It's Zulu and Swahili. But they told you, no, that song is in Swahili. It's not in Zulu. And what happens in the story of Lion King? Oh yeah, the dad dies. That movie is like literally targeted to the African-American community. We've got Mulan in Asia. We've got Snow White in Germany. India, you've got Jasmine. But when it comes to Africa, they make the movie about animals. That's a little bit racist, isn't it? Why didn't they just make it like, you know, African movie about the princess there? And then you look into like who runs this, and they're all people tied to the occult, to that area that we're not allowed to talk about, where they wear their little funny hats. Yeah. When you get down to it, you realize like the highest order of witchcraft is the cabal.
Hey, man, that's something to think about. I do wonder, like, anytime that there's a movie or a show or something that's dealing with Africa, it's always animals playing the people. Makes you think, man. It makes you think.
When Jesus was in the tomb, and you know how like he left the tomb because he came back to life.
Yeah.
There was a cloth that was folded and left on where he was resting, like his body was resting.
Yeah.
And scholars are wondering, why did the scripture specifically have to point out, and he left the cloth folded on a place of the of where he was sleeping. Check this out. So in Hebrew tradition, right? There's the servant and there's like obviously the master. And usually what happens is the servant, when the master is eating, there will be a cloth. Now, if the master would fold the cloth and leave it on the table, the servant would clean up the whole table, but you would leave like what's being used by the master. Why? Because the folded cloth means he's coming back.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna return to the table.
Yeah.
So Jesus leaving the cloth means he's
coming
coming back.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's dope.
Celebrities using babies to stay young.
Of Oprah's favorites, she says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle cure. So I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I'd do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human
Look, the
horses.
wrinkles has just disappeared. I can't even ball my hand up.
But so it's made from human foreskin. I'm sorry, Steve.
Boyfriend have been in a good relationship for quite a moment now. 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. For 7 years.
Now he's an early 30 and you're a late 50.
Yeah.
But somehow you both look the same age there. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for being with a younger man.
I suck baby's blood. And put it on my face.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these. Some of you, I think many of you know it. And it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen, and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes.
What are you pushing into the skin, Sarah?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person. Far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
I leave the plasma on my skin for a day and then wash it off the next day. It gives me the most amazing smooth glow. I'm going to continue to do this forever. It's my preferred anti-aging method.
Yep, I'm good. I'm good on that wholeheartedly. I am Gucci. You heard?
What made the dinosaurs go extinct? Do you realize they're asking the wrong question? The question is not what made them go extinct. The question is, did they go extinct? No, they didn't call them dinosaur, though. They called them dragon. See, the word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841. So for most of human history, these creatures are called dragons. Did you know dinosaurs not even in the dictionary in 1891? For most of human history, they were known as dragons. Now, dragons are mentioned in the Bible 34 times.
I won't say too much, so TikTok, you can relax. This is not my words.
The Department of Child Protective Services has become a protected empire, built on taking children and separating families. This is not to say that there are not those children who do need to be removed from wretched situations and need protection. However, my report is concerned with the children and parents caught up in legal kidnapping. Having worked with probably 300 cases statewide and hundreds across the country, and in nearly every state, I am convinced there is no accountability in Child Protective Services. I have come to several conclusions. 2 or 3 are, 1, that poor parents, not always, but oftentimes, are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney and fight the system. That caseworkers and social workers are very often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence. They fabricate evidence, and they seek to terminate parental rights unnecessarily. That the separation of families and the snatching of children is growing as the business grows because state and local governments have grown accustomed to having these taxpayer dollars to balance their ever-growing budgets. That the bureaucracy is huge. Look at who is getting paid. State employees, attorneys, court investigators, guardian ad litems, court personnel and judges. There are psychologists, therapists, psychiatrists, counselors, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on and on. All are looking to the children in state custody to provide job security. That the Adoption and the Safe Families Act, set in motion first in 1974 by Walter Mondale and later in 1997 by President Bill Clinton, offered cash bonuses to the states for every child they adopted out of foster care. In order to receive the adoption incentive bonuses, local child protective services would need more children. They must have merchandise that sells, and they must have plenty so the buyer can choose. Some counties often offer $4,000 to $6,000 bonus for each child adopted out to strangers, and an additional $2,000 for a special needs child. Employees work to keep the federal dollars flowing. But that is only the beginning figure in the formula in which each bonus is multiplied by the percentage that the state has managed to exceed its baseline adoption number. Therefore, states and local communities work hard to reach their goals for increased numbers of adoptions for children in foster care.
Human is another interesting word. It appears nowhere in the Bible, but you look up the definition of human in Black's Law, and it says sea monster. And so you flip to monster, and you look up the definition for monster, and it says one that cannot own or inherit property. Now, all governments have human resource departments, and all corporations have human resource departments. Isn't that interesting? Job is another interesting definition. Job is defined as public business for private dishonest gain. Is the definition of job.
You should swallow one piece of gum every 7 years. Okay, so we all know we live in a big simulation, right? Everything around us is computer generated, right? That there's one thing that isn't part of the simulation. That's gum. Gum is weird. You chew it. You could just chew forever. That's because gum comes from outside of the simulation. Gum is real. Okay, so you also know if you swallow gum, it stays in your system for 7 years. And every cell in your body changes every 7 years, right? And the 7-year itch, you change personalities every 7 years. That's because every 7 years, they come from the outside, and they take you away and put a whole new you in there, and they can change you any way they want. But if you swallow the gum, then they can't, because the gum locks you in place, because the gum is real. Gum is their weakness. Swallow one piece every 7 years. Any more than that, you might get a stomach ache, but one piece every...
Are you guys swallowing that gum? I remember I used to do that when I was a kid until they told me, hey, man, you ain't supposed to do that. You can't digest it. But, hey, man, according to him, we're supposed to be doing it, so.
This is exactly why I don't watch sports. There's a reason why the Romans used to say that if you want to keep people distracted, you simply give them bread and circuses. And it is because they knew that if people were fed and entertained, then they wouldn't question anything and they wouldn't think for themselves. And you see, modern day sports is the exact same thing. People yell at TVs, they memorize stats, they argue over other players, and they even wear another man's last name on their back to vicariously live through them. And you see all of these things happen because they want to keep us distracted and weak. Because when you have something great going on in your life, you simply do not have time to partake in bread and circuses. So you can either be your own biggest cheerleader and create something worth building, or you can live through other people and be a cheerleader on the sideline for them.
Do you remember
Do you remember when I told you that I believe one person is creating the emergency? This is how. Question. Do you feel anything?
My stomach is a little upset.
Interesting. That's actually a side effect for the very sensitive. Number 2 and Rhonda, please engage the receivers. Thank you. Now, it looks normal, but listen to what's underneath.
The missing aren't missing. They're only departed. Poison apples. Friendly massage. Pardon, possession, a look on the shore. What were those?
Those are the hidden messages that are being broadcast on every TV and radio, and they're infecting our minds without us even knowing they're there. The emergency is caused by subliminal messages.
Manipulation sub rosa.
Yes. It's taken a long time for me to put this together. The sender of these messages is putting our psyches under siege.
Why would someone do that?
When people are anxious or frightened, they're more susceptible to suggestion. They panic, they turn on each other. I mean, look how people are treating each other now. Aggressive, suspicious, unkind.
It's all part of the plan.
We are being softened up.
That sounds bad.
Is. These messages are increasing in frequency and getting stronger. Our society is fragile and so much closer to the breaking point than we've ever been. And almost no one is aware enough to fight it.
Why are those children's voices?
People aren't naturally suspicious of children. Your voices don't trigger our defenses. Using children to send the messages makes them virtually undetectable.
Shouldn't you just, I don't know, call the cops?
Wish it were that easy.
You have a phone, right?
But the government agencies that could have helped have been dismantled. You have to understand me. Good women and men who worked for them have gone missing.
But you've got the evidence.
Oh, Rainey. Proof is useless unless it's proof of something people already want to believe. And I'm afraid no one wants to believe this. Do you remember when I told you that?
Hey, man, well, that's what we got for y'all today, man. I hope you enjoyed this video of trending things that are conspiracy theories on TikTok. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. It was a great selection of videos, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with us, me and Chico both. If you haven't yet already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Definitely hit that like button so we can get these videos through the algorithm, man. And also go ahead and share and comment. Let me know what y'all feel about this video, man, in the comments, for real. There's some things that's going on, and I believe the veil is getting thin. So a lot of it is being more evident to us, man. So let me know how y'all feel about these videos, man. And I'm gonna keep doing my thing and making more for y'all, man. So appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. This is your boy Life. This is co-host Chico, aka Cheeks, the Red Iguana. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Y'all be safe. Love you.